There are times when we just can't physically do everything that needs to be done, and that's the time when we need friends who help us and who step in and are willing to do the things that we can't do. There are also times when we have friends that just can't do everything that they ought to or need to be doing, and that's our opportunity then to step up and do the things that they need to have help with. And we can bless people by going the second mile and doing even more than what they ask us to do. When our son Dallas was in high school, they got off for Christmas break, and he and a friend had plans. They were going to go snowmobiling every day over Christmas break. So they went snowmobiling that afternoon, and about the time it got dark, um, or it was getting dark, Dallas called me and said, I think I broke my leg. He said, when I stand up, I just fall over. I said, what happened? And what happened was he was following his friend on the snowmobile, and his friend went over a bump and kind of went airborne and thought, whoa, he better stop and make sure Dallas gets over there okay. And Dallas didn't realize he had stopped, came over the bump, and crashed into the back of him. But at the last minute, he saw him and he turned and he just kind of went at an angle into the back of the snowmobile machine, and his leg got smashed between the two snowmobiles. So I went over there. Well, they were out on the lake, and I could see where they were from the town beach here in Sioux Lookout. And then I saw that the police and the rescue, the ambulance people, were going out from Lakeshore Drive. So I drove over there. By the time I got there, they were had Dallas on a sled and were had their snowmobile, the police snowmobile, and they were pulling him back to shore, and the ambulance was there to take him to the hospital. Well, the police told me, uh, you need to have that snowmobile off the lake tomorrow before the sun goes down. So I was like, okay, I'll try to do that. I went to the hospital with Dallas. Well, his leg was broken very badly, and he had to be flown to Thunder Bay for surgery. So I went with him to Thunder Bay for his surgery, and his surgery wasn't until the next day, and then he wasn't going to be released until another day or so after that. So there I am in Thunder Bay, and I have the orders of the police to get the snowmobile off the lake before the sun goes down that day. Well, there was no way I could do it, and I didn't know what to do. So I called a friend. I called Nate Hostetler and said, this is my situation. I can't do what the police ask me to do. Would you be able to go and drag that snowmobile off the lake? Just drag it over on the shore and get it off the lake, and I'll get it. Then when I get home, I'll pick it up. And at that time, we lived about 10 miles east of Sioux Lookout in a little community called Alcona. And so I thought, well, if they get it over on the if he gets it over on the shore, then I'll go pick it up and I'll drag it on a trailer and I'll get it out to my house later sometime. But at least it's off the lake like the police asked me to do. So he went to get it, and then when he was getting it, he called me and he said, "Do you want me to just take that out to your house?" And I said, "That would be amazing. Like I didn't ask you to do that, and you don't have to do that. But if you would take it out there, that would be amazing." And I was so blessed that he was willing to do that. And he didn't have to. He could have just drug it to the shore and left it there and said, well, Merle, I'll pick it up sometime later. But he cared enough about me to actually load it up on a trailer, take it out to my house, and drop it off. And I want to be that kind of person with others too when they need help, that I'm willing to go the second mile and do what they need done, and maybe even a little more if I can.